is my place, and I am welcome.
Well, good morning and happy Sunday, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us this morning at Unity York Region, our online Sunday service. And just a reminder to everyone that is on the call, we are on Facebook Live. If I can ask you to keep your microphones off. Deidrey is performing today, and she does like to look at all of your lovely faces. Feel free to be a part of the party, and you can turn your videos on, but I still will ask that you keep your microphones off. Otherwise, you'll end up front and center in the service. May not be what your intention is. And so today, as I mentioned, we have the lovely, vibrant, dynamic Deidrey Francois. She speaks for us on a regular basis. She's a singer-songwriter, and overall wonderful human being. Today, she will be facilitating a special Sunday service for us called My Way, and I'm really curious, she always does this. She takes something really unique and creative and turns it into something really special. Today, she's taking Paul Anka's classic, My Way, and she is going to teach us how we can utilize this as a tool to create her life. And she's aligning this with Unity's monthly theme of will. So I am so looking forward to this. And so because today we have Deidrey, our first song is Unity York Region's unofficial, or maybe official, song, our congregation song, This Is My Place, by the one and only Deidrey Francois. So feel free to get up and dance. It's a good one.
This is my place, and I am welcome here. Here I am free to learn to grow and share, sharing the love, sharing the peace, dance and sing, be the stillness within, sharing the joy, the healing prayers, one heart, one mind.
And yes, it is. This is my place. This is your place. This is our place. And so this song is also available for download, by the way. All the music that we share during our Sunday services, all the links to do so will be in the captions of this video. And yeah, so anyways, now if we can get ourselves centered and grounded, the music lifted us up, and now we're going to ground ourselves. I'm going to invite you to take a moment to just begin the process of fully letting go and immersing yourself in the present moment. And we're going to set our intention to release our thoughts, to release our feelings, any energy we have that is distracting us from this very moment, this eternal moment, knowing there is only the eternal moment. As we take a nice deep breath in and we breathe in love and peace and joy. And then we release the breath, letting go of anything that doesn't serve us. I invite you to take another deep breath in, feeling your rib cages expand and your heart open, and release the breath, allowing your body to fully relax and fully let go as we ground ourselves in the vastness of spirit. We become open vessels to God's ever-flowing love and grace. As we gather today in this virtual space, we affirm together there is only one life, one power, and one presence. This one is the source of all that is, and that is yet to be. It is the ebb and flow of every activity seen and unseen, for it is the creative force in the back of all life, eternal, without beginning or end, ever available, ever giving of its love, light, and wisdom. This one power, and I use the word God, and feel free to use any word that resonates with you, is the power for good. Right here, right now, wherever we are, God is. There can be no path to God, for God's essence and presence indwells in each of us. We live and move and have our very being in, as, and for this one presence. And so it's from this awareness that we pray a blessing for today's service. We accept the music and the message for everyone present and for those who couldn't be with us today, allowing an opening for every heart's desire to be made known and strengthened as we share this time together. We accept that our time together today invites in healing for any concern, a softening of any constriction in the mind or body, and the illuminating of solutions sought. We are called to remember that we are heaven made, for God is and all, and are in God. With great gratitude and conviction, we surrender our prayer, knowing that it is done, and so it is. Amen. Hallelujah. Unity York Region has a vision, and our vision is actually Unity Canada's vision, and it aligns with the vision across Canada with other Unity centers. And I invite you to affirm this vision with me: a world powerfully transformed through the growing movement of shared spiritual awakening. And Unity York Region's message for our community and how we embody this vision is: we are a vibrant, thriving spiritual community serving the world by embodying unity principles of higher consciousness. And the affirmation that ties the vision and mission together is: God is, I am, we are together transforming the world. And today we have the daily word. Actually, is anyone available to read it? Because I think our daily word, oh, Kent, are you able to read it, or is anyone available to read it?
Yeah, do you want me to read it?
If you can, yes.
Sure. So it's joy. Rejoice always. I say yes to the joy that invites me in this moment. Joy is the call of my heart. Whether I am at work or at play, I bring a spirit of joyfulness to everything I do. More than a mood or an attitude, joy is part of me and mine to live and to share. Like all aspects of my divine identity, joy flowers in my consciousness when I hold joyful thoughts and feelings. I express my joy as the excitement of anticipation, fascination at a new discovery, deep satisfaction in a relationship, and a tranquil glow from communing with God in prayer. My joy is contagious, and I love to share it, and I love to share in it. I have feelings of joy when I take part in a friend's or family's members' joyful moments, their celebrations and accomplishments. I feel quiet joy when I offer encouragement and even when I give comfort, grateful to share the care and love of God. So if we want to say it all together, the main today, it says, I say yes to the joy that invites me in this moment.
Thank you, Kent. I appreciate that. And so Unity York Region is an inclusive community, and we bless and embrace people from every race, culture, lifestyle, and creed. And one of our prayer projects is praying with Unity Centers across Canada. So for this month, for the month of August, we will be praying for Unity Center of Winnipeg in Winnipeg, Manitoba, and Unity Christ Center of Etobicoke in Etobicoke, Ontario. So we say yes to prosperity, peace, and harmony for these centers. Amen. Now, Unity York Region's prayer program is alive and well, and myself and the other 3 prayer chaplains just really appreciate being given the opportunity to pray with you or to pray for you if you have any issues, anything weighing on your heart, or even if it's a prayer of gratitude. There's power in prayer, especially when 2 or more are gathered, so even if it's virtually. So please reach out. We're here for you. You can email us. You can email your prayer request. We will respond to that email with a prayer, and then we will personally pray on it and then send your prayer down to Silent Unity, our prayer ministry. You can also call the number on the screen. It's toll free. Leave a message. We'll either call you back or simply respond to your prayer request. Or if you have a very pressing prayer need and you need to speak to someone immediately, then call Silent Unity. It's free, 1-800-NOW-PRAY. The number's on the screen. They'll answer 24/7. They also have a prayer request form online. If you just Google Silent Unity prayer request, and you can enter your prayer that way, and Silent Unity will pray on that for you 24/7. In Unity, we take prayer very seriously. And so what's happening at Unity York Region? So as you all know, our weekly meditation is on hiatus for August. Robin will be back in September to meditate. I mean, it is a sort of prayerful meditation. It's a very unity focused and centered meditation, and she will resume that 7:30 on Tuesdays, 7:30 p.m. as of September. And next week for this week, for our spiritual nuggets for your soul. So these were weekly for the series was a series where we would share weekly videos online of various spiritual teachers, and we would have a discussion and a discussion on how they align with Unity principles and how we apply some of those in our lives. So the discussions have been really profound and deep and personal, and anyone's welcome to come. This week we'll be doing a video or discussing a video by Dr. Gabor Mate, Discover Your True Self. If you don't know who he is, this is a lovely, beautiful man. He is a Canadian physician who's done work with addiction and trauma. He specializes in trauma. He's also a very deeply spiritual man. He approaches healing from the inside out, and is most definitely a unity approach to things. So I invite you to join us this Thursday. It's a wonderful video, and the discussion, please participate with us. We look forward to seeing you there. And next week for our Sunday service, we have Sheila Maye, licensed Unity teacher, and she will be doing a service called, the title of the service is Sovereignty, Unity Principle number 2. Now, I know that Sheila's sovereignty has been something that she's been working on herself personally, so I'm really excited to see where she's come with this. And in the same way, so basically the talk is about how the same way truth, peace, and love are simple and obvious until you dive into to discover each is 1,000-petal lotus. Sovereignty is an integral part of spiritual maturity and self-realization. Simple, complicated, rich, loaded with blessing and baggage, and so closely tied to the divine power of will. Yes, it is. So join us next week as Sheila Maye explores seeing, celebrating, and claiming our sovereignty. So I'm looking forward to getting me some of that. And now we're going to have Deidrey. Deidrey, take it away. The floor is yours.
Good morning. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday, everybody. I am so glad to be with you. You know what? I hope everybody's doing really, really well. Let us get started right now. Good morning, family. It is good to be with you today. Let's get started with some music. The song is called I Am Here for God. And I would love it if you would sing along with me. And I'm going to do my best to prompt you as best as I can. I'm here to wake up. I'm here to shake it up. May I live in authenticity. Every day I'm waking up, every day I shake it up for the highest and best of who I'm called to be. I'm rising higher, loving deeper. I'm rising higher, I'm loving deeper, expanding wider. I am here for God, lift spirits higher, connecting deeper, opening wider. God, we're gonna say God in me, God as me, God in me as me, God as me through me, God through me. I am here for God again, God in me as me, God as me through me, God through me. I am here for God again, God in me as me, God as me through me, God through me. I am here for God, God in me as me, God as me through me, God through me. Come on now, I am here for God. It is a blessing and a privilege to be with you today. My name is Deidrey Francois, yes, and my theme for today is my way. And before I begin, I'd like to start with my intention prayer. And of course, I do love your participation. So if you are comfortable keeping your cameras on and participating along with me, I love it. Of course, we have to keep it on mute for sure. Okay, let's just start with my intention statement, my prayer, so that it can ground me. It is my intent to share my gift of song, my love, and my passion to honor and to serve Spirit. Let it reach whomever it is meant for, however it is meant to, without judgment, in humility and grace, and in love and light. And know that all I offer are just little things that I've learned along the way. Let's talk about Frank Sinatra for a moment. Frank Sinatra was an icon, an ambitious singer who charmed his audience with his golden voice and old blue eyes. But Frank Sinatra was also a very complex man. And the intent when Paul Anka co-wrote this song was to have a man look fondly on a life well lived on his own terms. And so I will sing for you My Way. Now the end is near, and so I face the final curtain. My friends, I'll say it clear, and I'll state my case, of which I am certain. I have lived a life that's full, and I've traveled each and every highway and more, much more than this. Come on, sing it for me. I did it my way. That's it. Oh, regrets, I've had a few, but then again, too few to mention. And I did all I had to do. I saw it through without exemption. I planned each charted course, each careful step along the byway, and more, much more than this. I did it, your turn, my way. Oh, there were times, oh, I'm sure you knew, when I bit off more than I could chew. But through it all, when there was doubt, I ate it up and I spit it out. I faced it all and I stood tall, and I did it my way. Oh, you know, I have loved and I've laughed and I've cried, and I have had my share of losing. Now, as the tears subside, I find it all so amusing to think that I did all that, and may I say, no, not in a shy way. Oh, no, not me. Come on now, I did it my way. What are we all? What have we really got? If not yourself, then you have not. Just say the things you truly feel, and no, not the words one who kneels. The record shows that I took the blows, and I did it my way. How many of you can 100% agree that this song is you right now, that it represents you? All of it. You know what? If you can, I applaud you, because most of us can't. My Way became Frank's hit song, and though it would earn him millions, his daughter Tina would say that he didn't like it. The song kind of felt like something that was stuck to his shoe that he couldn't get off. Frank would describe his signature closing song as a moment of torture. And this is one of the most requested songs that I sing at retirement homes. And I have to tell you that gradually over time, like Frank Sinatra, I realized that I too also grew to hate it. You see, the truth behind what Frank thought was that the song was self-indulgent. But the truth behind the star was that he was very insecure. was an insecure man. The song starts with, and now the end is near. And to Frank, this song felt like it talked about the end of his career. And Frank was insecure about anyone who might outshine him, so much so that according to the biography by Donald Clark, Frank would use his affiliation with the mafia to take care of anyone who posed a threat to his career. He did not want anyone outshining him. For me, I started not liking this song because I felt like a fraud. I felt like a fraud singing it. And I felt like I could not sing it and still be in integrity with myself or with what the song represented. And one of the 12 powers is will. But we often deny this power, don't we? We deny it rather than practice this in order to live on our own terms. So let's unpack the song for a minute. Let's unpack My Way. And now the end is near. I face the final curtain. The final curtain is a metaphor for life or death. It is an inevitability, yet it is the one thing nobody ever wants to talk about or think about, right? I mean, I know in my own family, like once you start talking about death, everybody scatters. But you know what? Let's just normalize it for a moment and let's just start here. Everybody, I'm going to die. And you know what? There is absolutely nothing you can do about it. It's true. I'm going to die. And guess what? So will you. Isn't it great to be sure of something? So now we can stop pretending that we have all the time in the world and we can put things off for tomorrow and set things aside and deal with it later and save it for whenever and take care of it when we have more time, more money, build it whenever this and whenever that. We delay as though we're going to live forever. Well, we're not. We're not going to live forever. No one will. I won't. You know? This when I retire, I will. I mean, how many times have we found ourselves saying that? You know what? I can't wait till I retire. And then you get there and you retire and you're like, you know what? I just need to wait till I can save enough for blah, blah, blah. Or until I finish this, blah, blah, blah. I mean, when will living truly ever be a priority for us if dying is not an acknowledged and ever conscious reality? What I'm really getting at is that living has an urgency that we take for granted, right? The urgency isn't about arriving at a destination, though. It's not, because a destination is a moving target, and it all depends on where we are in our lives. My destination 5 years ago is very different than mine now. You know, Olympic athletes, they train for years to get the medal. And then the next year, they train again. Think about that. If the medal was the destination, wouldn't they stop training after the first gold? Right? The urgency is that we must start our journey of true living because that's where the joy is. And neither time nor life will wait for us to finally get that. Because there is no such thing as being ready. Like this idea of waiting until I'm ready, it's a myth. We will never be ready enough for anything, especially if it frightens us, or if it feels too big, or too strange, or too much outside of our norm, or too risky, or if it requires some kind of change, right? And discomfort. If we really wait for permission or perfection to start living true to ourselves, we will wait forever. You know, there's a reason why the Nike logo is called Just Do It. It's not just do it when or do it if. It's just do it. We cannot just be content to just survive. We have to celebrate life and live. The bird in the tall oak tree, the bright sun shining on me, the rainbow after each tragedy. Let us celebrate life. Oh, the peace that makes me sing, the love that we freely give, the pain and the tears and the brand new me. Let us celebrate life. Let us celebrate life. Let us celebrate life. I came to live while I'm alive. Let us celebrate Let us celebrate life. Let us celebrate life. Give thanks and praise. Give thanks and praise that I'm alive. Let us celebrate life. Every day and its hopes and dreams, the seasons and the lessons and the blessings, every loss, every birth, everything. Let us celebrate life. Let us celebrate life. Let us celebrate life. Let us celebrate life. I came to live. I came to live while I'm alive. Let us celebrate life. Let's do that again. Let us celebrate life. Let us celebrate life. Give thanks and praise. Give thanks and praise that I'm alive. Let us celebrate life. Whoa, there are times when life is tough, and times when enough is enough is enough is enough. That's when we hold each other really close and say, thank you. Now we're gonna give gratitude. I want you to say thank you. Thank you for the fact that I'm breathing. Thank you for the beat in my heart. Thank you for the freedom to live. Let us celebrate life. Come on, I want you to sing thank you. Here we go. Thank you that I can dance and walk. Thank you that I can sing and talk. Thank you that I can see. Let us celebrate life. Come on, we're gonna do it again. Thank you for my family. Thank you for the job that pays me. Thank you for this abled body. Let us celebrate life. Well, I did it my way. I did it on my own terms. What does that mean? It means a life where I am authentically me. Me. A life where who I am within matches who I am in the world. And I remember we used to laugh, I used to laugh at people like hermits and cave dwellers as, crazy people. Well, I gotta tell you, over the years, over the last few years, there have been a sharp rise in crazy people. And I'm one of them. Woohoo! And because these people are seeking alternative lifestyles. They're our modern day hermits, like living off grid, homesteading, permaculture life, earthships, tiny homes, minimalism, nomadic life, nomadic van life. Oh, the one common theme among all of these people is they want to live life on their own terms. That's one thing that you hear over and over and over. Not to be controlled by money, not smartphone addictions, not conspiracies or materialistic fads. And I admire these people. But that kind of makes me think, why are we so afraid of being true to ourselves? Why do we look at these people with such admiration and then look at our own lives and go, yeah, I don't think I can do that. And we're not saying that because we're definitely looking at them saying, you know what, I definitely don't want this life. I would love to live like that. But there's so much fear. I think we're facing an existential crisis in a climate of rising cost of living and denials of even our basic freedom, right? Our basic freedoms in order for us to just make just enough to tend to our families, right? We want to find ourselves. There's such a thing called individuation. And Carl Jung, just to paraphrase him, he says, it is a process of forming a conscious identity as an individual. Well, I would take that further to say that we want to be true to who we are as human and divine, living on our own terms, courageously expressing as the divine in personal and in spiritual integrity. And metaphysically, integrity is that quality of consciousness that makes us conform to our divine nature, not to imprison our divine nature in a mediocre life, but to conform to the fullest of our potential, which is our divine nature. You and me in our fullest expression of our spiritual and human potential. Spirit living in us, as us, through us. And you know what? If we really believe that, at the beginning we sang, God in me, God as me, God through me. If we really believe that, then why in the world would we believe that our divine nature or spirit chose an unfulfilling life for us? God in me, as me, through me. It doesn't say God in me, as me, through me, so that I may be mediocre. No, spiritual potential, our spirit potential is confidence, it's courage, it's power, it's love and passion and a zest for the precious life that we have now. Not the life we have when or if this. It's about laughter and joy, peace and meaning. Are you willing to align your thoughts, to courageously express your divine nature and live life your way? Are you? Are you? I am what I think, so I align my thoughts with what I want to do in this world. I am what I think, so I align my thoughts with who I want to be in this world. I am beautiful, I am love overflowing, I'm innately good, I am spirit expressing, I am what I think. So I direct my thoughts to good. Oh, I am what I think, so I align my thoughts with how I want to show up in this world. I am what I think, so I align my thoughts with who I've come to be in this world. I am peaceful, I am joy overflowing, happy and grateful, I am spirit expressing, I am what I think, so I direct my thoughts to good. I am beautiful, love overflowing, I am beautiful, I am love overflowing, I'm innately good, spirit expressing, I am what I think, so I direct my thoughts to good. I am peaceful, joy overflowing, I am peaceful, I am joy overflowing, happy and grateful, I am spirit expressing, I am what I think, so I direct my thoughts to good. Hands up for me, if you will. How many of us, you know, if I told you I had $1 million, maybe let's make it 30 million, let's make it something extravagant, right? If I told you that I have $30 million and I can get you anything you want, would you want a nicer house, a better car, maybe the money? Would you take the money? Do you want it? Well, the thing is, the thing you think you want isn't what you want. I'm going to tell you right now, it's not really. You don't even want the money. You don't want it. I know you think you do, but you don't. Because how many of us would give up that money for a healthy, loving relationship that knocks our socks off? Yeah. Or what about just to be healthy? Yeah. Right? We have to identify what we really want in life so we can make plans for that and not waste time on the things that we think we want. You know what I mean? Are you willing to define and articulate that? So many of us are living our lives for others too, right? How many of us we stay in dead relationships because we're too afraid to hurt others, or stay in situations so as not to create conflict? Or we spend money to impress people who don't even care. Or we keep doing things over and over and over and over, thinking this time, yes, this person's finally going to see me and appreciate me. We weren't put on this earth to imprison ourselves, living vicariously through others. And we certainly weren't put on this earth for other people to live vicariously through us, taking control of our lives to the point that every decision that we make further imprisons us. The song says, My Way says, for what is a man? What has he got? If not himself, then he has not. So I invite you to ask a few questions in various situations and relationships in your life. You know, is this how I want this to be? Is this how it should be? Let's put it this way instead. Is this how this should be? Whatever situation is in your life, is this how it should be? Am I really myself here? Am I really myself here? Am I being myself here? Do I have boundaries, and are they being upheld? And if we can answer these questions, if we cannot say yes to all three of these questions, then we are living someone else's plan, and we are simply passengers in our lives. Earlier, I shared my struggle with this song, and I said that I felt like a fraud because, you know what, I'm quite often a passenger in my life. You know, one person who was not a passenger in his life, Jesus. Jesus was not a fraud. He was an off-grid nomad on a mission. Jesus was a true minimalist. I mean, you didn't see him carrying suitcases all over the place. I mean, who cares? Who does that? You didn't see him carrying all of his, baggage. Jesus was a leader, but he was also a troublemaker too, wasn't he? Because he understood that conforming to others' expectations and plans for his life would never allow him to be the way shower that he was born to be. Right? Which meant that he has to ruffle feathers, and he did. Along the way, he ruffled a lot of feathers because he had to be in integrity with himself. He had to be in spiritual integrity and personal integrity. Jesus was who he was. Jesus didn't bend to people's will he didn't just get swept by the crowd, the energy of the crowd. How many times have we done that? You go and you have a conversation with someone and they're in whatever state of mind they're in, and you get swept into that energy. Jesus didn't allow that. He didn't allow himself to be manipulated and agree to things that he never even wanted in the first place, or compromise himself to please people. Even when faced with temptation, 40 days and 40 nights, he did not bend. Even when he was at the cross, nailed to the cross, Jesus was unapologetically and undeniably himself, just as God made him. The song says, My Way says, the record shows, Jesus faced the blows, but he did it his way, his way. So are you willing? Are you willing to ruffle some feathers, to be unapologetically you, just as you are? Big question. I value the fullness of you, your joyfulness and your sadness too. We don't have to always see eye to eye in this dance called life. We are connected, you and I. So share with me and dance with me. I accept you and I love you just as you are. You are enough just as you are. I see to the heart of you, your confident way and your questions too. You don't have to always be alright in this life. I will always see your light. So dance with me and share with me. I accept you and I love you just as you are. You are enough just as you are. Share with me. Oh, oh. And dance with me. I accept you. I love you just as you are. You are enough just as you are. Just as God made you, you are enough just as you are. The song goes on to say, I've lived a life that's full. You know, if there's one thing I've noticed is that our idea on what a full life is very, very different from person to person. But I want you to just for a moment, just pause and take a second to just think about that. What is my idea of a full life? And if you have some paper lying around, maybe you want to jot whatever comes to your mind. Do you love traveling? You know, in my heart, I think I was just built to be a nomad. From the time I was little, I have had dreams of owning an RV and just being in it. Like, I never really wanted to be anywhere for too long. I can't even remember. It might have been the Berenstain Bears, or I don't know what book that this caravan or whatever it was in. But I saw myself in it. I imagined myself going all around the world in that. Maybe your idea of a full life is entertaining friends, gardening. You know, maybe it's being out in nature. Maybe it's being in the city and, you know, attending concerts and shows. I don't know, whatever your thing may be. You know, I love nature as long as there are no reptiles, bugs, or anything that will eat me. Or I can be in nature as long as I'm not in a claustrophobic cave, right? But choose yours, choose whatever it is. What is my idea of a full life? Because it is yours to choose. It is yours to choose intentionally, and it is yours to plan deliberately so that you may feed your soul. And then you can actually say, I have lived a life that's full. Because the more we play safe, the more bars we add to our prisons. Does anyone have a bucket list? Like, do you have a bucket list? What's on your bucket list? I would love to know what's on your bucket list. Tell me everything. Okay, we don't really have time for you to tell me everything, but I really don't like bucket lists because I feel like we put it down, we write it down, and we stick it in a drawer, and our bucket list becomes someday lists or never gonna happen lists instead. So I encourage you instead to have an urgent list. Because remember, there is an urgency to life. There's an urgency to living because we're not going to be here forever. So instead, set up an urgent list with check boxes and dates so that you can actually plan and say something like Mediterranean cruise, April 13th, 2022, or something like that. You know, something that you can actually deliberately plan for. I encourage you to think about doing the things that you know would make life worth living for you. And no, not in a shy way, as the song says. It means not in a shy way means that we make a commitment to life, and sometimes that commitment, well, it's a scary responsibility. Especially when we have the thoughts that go in our head saying, give me a break. Who do you think you are? You're way past your prime. You look foolish. You're too fat, you're too sick, you're too thin, you're too old, you're too young, you're too reserved, you're too everything. I mean, we are masters of excuses, right? I know I am, right? We are masters of excuses just so we can go and complain at bingo later with our friends or Tim Hortons or whatever. Don't let excuses cross items off of your to-do list. Hang out with people that are also living their truth. Learn how to shave off people that make it easy for you to make excuses. And deliberately and intentionally find the people that will make sure that you keep your word on living. Because that's how we do it. It's fine and dandy to say, yes, I'm going to live a full life. But then if at the first second that something challenging comes up or we get a little bit scared, then we go into excuses. We need accountable people in our lives, people that we can be accountable to, that will say, listen, no. You said you're doing it. You're doing it. Right? Let's talk about regrets for a moment. Regrets, I've had a few, but then again, too few to mention. I did what I had to do and saw it through. I would say regret is time wasted, but then I do it all the time. So it means I'm wasting a lot of time regretting things, it's true. But you know what, regret is like, let's say you accidentally stepped on a beehive, or you stepped on a beehive and then that was 10 years ago, right? You stepped on a beehive, you ended up getting stung multiple times all over your body. Regret is like going back once a month to purposely stick your hand in a bee's nest just to remember how much you suffered that day 10 years ago. You know what I mean? Let's just go stick our hands in there again. That's what we do. Every single time we regret. That's what we do. We stick our hands in the past and invite this onslaught of emotional bee stings. So rather than saying regret is time wasted, I really like this one. And I can't remember where I read this, but it said, regret is a redirection back to divine will. I like that. Right? It's a reminder. It's a reminder that we're not really living according to divine will. It's living in integrity with our souls. That's where we need to focus our attention. And divine desire is a life of zero regret, zero. Because you know that this step, whatever you did here, led you to here, which led you to here, etc. Just like the gift of COVID. I think it's a great reminder of how urgent living really is. I don't know if you've ever heard of an author called Bronnie Ware. She's a hospice care nurse, and she talked about the 5 biggest regrets of the dying. And these are my impressions of her work, but not in any specific order. And one of them was, I wish I had the courage to live life for myself and not the life that others expected of me. And for me, that includes the courage to take risks. And it's not always easy to do that, but we have to be willing to step into the unknown. Life is found in that space of diving into the unknown. Because if we're constantly doing the same thing over and over and over and over, are we really learning anything? Are we really expanding our intellect or our emotional intellect? Or are we expanding at all? Are we growing? If we constantly, we go into robot mode, it's kind of like when you're driving from here to wherever and you have no idea what you've passed along the way because it's automatic. Risks. We have to take risks. We have to have the courage to do so. Being able to say no, when we don't want something, or being able to say yes because it just thrills us and we want to, rather than saying the opposite just to make other people happy, or make people feel safe, or maybe keep ourselves small so that they can feel a little bit less insecure about themselves. Another one that the dying spoke about was, I wish I had kept in touch more with my relationships. Yes, it's true. Relationships and friendships are like flowers, and if they are not tended to, they do die. Another one was, I wish that I worked less and spent more time with family or traveling or being creative. just really enjoying the simple things in life, right? As the workforce is getting more and more equally divided, women are starting to say those same things. Men used to say that a lot more before, but women are starting to say that now a lot more because we're working just as hard, just as hard, and just as long hours away from our families. Another one was, I wish I had the courage to express my feelings instead of keeping the peace or status quo. Not settling for a mediocre marriage, basically, or a divorce that's long overdue, like doing it, or maybe for a love interest that we never went after, or maybe forgiveness that was unexpressed, or the times we never say, I love you, or I appreciate you. You know, the song does say the things you truly feel, not the words of one who kneels. Spirit did not put us on this earth to get on our knees for every other man. No. We don't have time to keep ignoring the stirrings of our souls. There is an urgency to life. We have to live, and we can't be afraid to actually be ourselves. There is an urgency to it. We cannot keep being afraid to be ourselves. And then the fifth one was, I wish I was happier. I wish I was happier. And I wish I was happier is understanding that happiness is that choice. And if we just choose it a lot sooner than waiting, until everything is perfect, we could actually start living. Let us prepare for meditation. And let us take a nice deep cleansing breath as we answer Spirit's call to live our lives. Let's take a nice big breath. And I ask that you just gently close your eyes or soften your gaze. And hear my words, hear this prayer. Sacred Spirit, grant me the confidence to see that I am worthy of a full life, lived on my terms, unapologetically me, and in integrity with your will. After all, my will is thy will. Grant me the courage to cultivate a life with no regrets. Grant me the wisdom to understand that my happiness and fulfillment is a choice, that life can only be full feeling if I am willing to make that choice for happiness, for personal peace, for love and joy. Help me to accept that I am not too old or too young or too feeble, that I can feasibly do what I can feasibly do now. Yes, God, I am willing to take responsibility for my life now. I am willing to make the commitment now. And if you will, silently repeat this affirmation with me. I am willing to live a full feeling life, and I am doing it my way. Let us repeat. I am willing to live a full feeling life, and I am doing it my way. And as you prepare to come back, if you would choose to let my words be yours. I understand my life's happiness is a choice that I make every single day, every hour, every moment, and every time I say yes to the desires of my higher self. I am willing to say yes to being in integrity with myself rather than conforming to the insecurity of others. I am willing to say yes to a life of excellence rather than a life of convenience. Yes to taking risks rather than the fear of being alone, judged, or ridiculed. I am willing to say yes to the discomfort of change rather than the life of mediocrity and safety. I am willing to say yes to life and no to the thoughts that say I am too old or too past my prime or too fat or too sick. I am willing to say yes to living my joy, to living passionately, living spiritually my way and on my terms. And so I boldly declare, get ready, my soul, for I am willing to live a full feeling life, and I'm doing it my way. I am willing to live a full feeling life, and I am doing it my way. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in. Get ready, my soul. Oh, I'm diving in to the deepest kind of love and the sweetest kind of life. Get ready, my soul. Everything I've ever done, everything I've ever seen, everything I've lost or I've won, everything I've ever dreamed has brought me here to this present moment, here to one new beginning, here, and I'm seeing life so clearly now. Get ready, my soul. Oh, I'm diving in. Get ready, my soul. Oh, I'm diving in to the deepest kind of love and the sweetest kind of life. Get ready, my soul. Now, are you ready? Are you ready? Let's practice one small decision at a time. Deeper, deeper than I've ever been before. Here I go. Closer, closer, closer to my sacred source. Here I go. Deeper, deeper, deeper than I've ever been before. Here I go. Closer, closer, closer to my sacred source. Get ready, my soul. I am willing to live a full feeling life, and I am doing it my way. I hope you got something out of all of that. I thank you. Namaste.
And we thank you. Oop, you can't see me. And we thank you, Deidrey, for moving us like you always do. And as always, you think it's going one way and it's going somewhere else with Deidrey. And I absolutely love that. Thank you for taking us on that glorious ride. And since we're in, sorry, I just dropped my glasses. Since we're in an attitude of gratitude right now, we at Unity York Region would like to say thank you to all of you who have contributed and given from your hearts. Because you have done so, we are a 100% supported, self-supporting ministry due to the generous love offerings from our community. So this allows us to inspire, to continue to get dynamic speakers, and to support one another, and for all those who join us now and in the future. So how you can give? Well, if you are new to our group, in the captions of our video, we have all the ways you can give with links. You can give via e-transfer to contact@Unity York Region. You can donate online through our special service. It's on our Facebook page, also in our e-blast, and you can do it snail mail. Address is also on our website and our weekly e-blast. So take a look at that. So to seal the deal, as we normally do in Unity, we follow this with an affirmative prayer or a prayer. And so I invite you to place your hands on your heart as we give our love offering blessing. Divine love flowing through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. God is my source. Thank you, God.
I am so grateful for all I am. I bring gifts to share. I am part of God's plan. I am so grateful for all I am. I bring gifts to share. I am part of God's plan. Love, peace, abundance flow through me. I see my life unfold perfectly. Love, peace, abundance flow through me. I see my life unfold perfectly.
And if we can recite the community blessing together. Unity York Region is abundantly blessed. Creative people are drawn to us. Divine ideas flow through us. Financial resources bless us, and we accomplish mighty works together. And so today, before we pray the prayer for protection, I'm going to invite us all to take a moment to envision and unfold the earth and all of its inhabitants in peace, love, wholeness, and light. Let us pray together. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well.
Let there be peace on earth
and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be, with God as creator, family are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow, to take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
We are now surrounded and enfolded by the pure light of Spirit. Nothing but good shall come to us, and only good shall go from us. Go forth in peace, radiant love, and abundant joy. Amen.
Amen. Thank you for joining us. Have a blessed week.